2-minute guide, how to make a t-shirt into a sleeveless t-shirt, the one with the smallest armholes, strongest cloth, by leaving the seam on the shirt. You just cut the sleeve, you leave the shoulder seam on the t-shirt in this variant. Start by cutting a hole outside the seam into the sleeve, just a small hole, about 1/4 of an inch. You don't want to cut across the seam. Stick the scissors into the hole and begin to cut. I'm holding it near the camera so you can see. I cut around the sleeve. I stay about 1/4 inch out from the seam. You don't want to get too close to the seam, because then the seam can sometimes compromise and rip, which is not the end of the world. You don't want to get too far, because the cloth will show if it's more than 1/4 of an inch. Even though it does curl, you can see it. It's ugly. Here I make the hole again, cut along the sleeve. You want to be between 1/8 of an inch and 1/4 of an inch into the sleeve, out from the seam. It might take a couple minutes to cut around it. It's better to be neat than to be fast. Some of this animation I sped up, some I just cut fast because I've done this 100 times before. And that's the cutting's done. Now you just tease the cloth to curl it, the front, the side, don't kick over objects, the back, do it to the other sleeve. What the cloth does, not as much in this variant as the other way, but you will see a couple times, it does curl over. You lose about 1/2 inch tops in this cut-off t-shirt. You don't really shape the t-shirt, it just has the shape, which actually usually turns out really good if the t-shirt fits you. It curls over, no one can even tell you cut it. It's a homemade DIY, excellent t-shirt tank top.